Hello everyone and welcome back to Cities by Steven. You're attacking us, Steven. Welcome back to the channel. If it's your first time here, please hit that subscribe button, get that bell notification on so you don't miss out on the next episode of Rivière-des-Montagnes, a Quebec-themed city, and make sure to hit the like button. The like button helps with the channel a lot. We're right back where we left off last episode, where we built this really cool pier from the new Piers and Bridges DLC, our content creator pack. And I gotta say, it looks absolutely fantastic, but one thing I do have to say is it doesn't bode well to hold waterfront piers and stuff like that. And I'll show you why. But while we're doing this, I just wanted to let you know that in today's episode, we're going to do something a bit different. So I said we're going to build out in the university. I think we're going to do just a couple touches there because I want to focus on getting a new tile because we need more space in the city. That's really important for us, so we're going to have to do that. So we're going to kind of focus on a residential boom, maybe start a new residential area as well. So anyways, I was looking at getting the boathouse in, or the boat museum in. And look where they snap. So they snap at the top, which is interesting for some and not very helpful for others. So let's look at where these people are walking. So they kind of walk right over it. So I'm not sure how that's going to really bode for everything else. And also, it's interesting how the piers kind of go over top of the end. So if you're going to use these, just make sure that they're in places where you're not going to want to build marinas and stuff like that. If we go to the parks area and we go to the marina, yeah, not exactly conducive to building on. And I'm trying to pull it over here if you see my mouse, and it doesn't want to go that way. So move it will be your friend with that and everything like that. So anyways, looks like we need to delete these. What the heck was going on there? Let's also delete that one as well. And let's see comes in there. I think that'll be fine, but that was an interesting little glitch right there, wasn't it? Let's just try to smooth that out as much as possible. Alright, so I really like how this area turned out. I think it turned out absolutely fantastic, especially with these condos right over here. But along with building in some residential, we're going to need to do some rezoning as well, as the city has grown farther than we expected originally. Anyways, so I did promise that we would do some university work to start off with, so we'll do that first. So I was looking at getting in some of these sporting facilities, but we really need to get this tile to do that, and we are nowhere near ready to buy this tile. So that is going to be quite an issue for us, because the next tile we really want to get, which is only in 4,000 people, is we want to buy this tile because we really need to start ending the city area over here, because it's going to really help with residential growth as well, and it'd be nice to get the waterfront as well. So that is going to be a really important tile for the map, and we really need it. Then we can get this tile at a later date, but we'll probably have to do a bit of hold off on the university, but there are some things we can still do in the university with some of these new buildings we got. So we unlocked the auditorium, the labs, and the bookstore. And the bookstore is something that I think we can definitely fit in to our university area right here. It fits absolutely perfectly right here. Very cool looking building. And with that in place as well, we can also just lower it a bit. Oop, wrong button. And it kind of looks like, oh wow, it is parking. Okay, maybe not. Let's raise that back up. Yeah, interesting. But there's parking over here, which is not exactly ideal. So I think we're gonna actually have to take this one out, because it doesn't fit at that spot as we were hoping. But you know what, we could even just take this pathway out and change it up a bit. So why don't we do that first? So we will get that connection right here. Go home. And let's do that as well. Alright, so we got a bit more room here. And something we could do is actually make this part a bit of a road, which would help with some of these buildings. But I think with that in place, we can actually get the labs in as well. Oh, it's a bit too big. What about the auditorium? Oh, it's a bit too big as well. All right, well, I think there's actually parking on this one, so it might actually be beneficial if we do make this part a road. So what we're going to do is we're going to just delete this segment, and we're going to get which road are we going to use? Just use this one, and we'll pull this out, click home, and then we can also get a path right through here. Whoa. All right, let's grab the nodes here, and we're going to say get to that height. Ooh, actually, I don't know if this is exactly the best idea. I don't mind this one, but I think we definitely need a pathway there because it's hiding that glitch, or like that terrain issue, not a glitch. We're the ones causing that issue. All right, so let's put that back. But with that road extended right here, I think we might be able to fit that auditorium. Yep. So this doesn't have parking. So perhaps we should look at actually putting the bookstore there. But there's parking on both sides of it, isn't there? All right, well, let's go back on our word. Put the auditorium right here, and then we're going to use the Move It mod. And we're going to select the building. All right, and we're going to say go to this height. Gonna wait for the ground to readjust, and then we're going to pull it over. And then we're going to grab that and also say go to that height. Yeah, very cool. I think that building works really nicely right here as well. All right, so what else can we do? We have a little bit of space right here. I think we might be able to fit in something simple like that to kind of help blend it together. It'd also help with the look of it as well. Or we could have used the math building as well, but it's okay. So we have the bookstore. It requires parking. I think this might be a good spot then for it. We'll see how it looks. So it actually goes over. So perhaps not. But perhaps this would be a better spot. So it's not in the campus area, so we need to readjust that. Let's go to campus. And we're just going to swing the campus area out over this way. And we're going to need to level the terrain out a bit as well to fit the bookstore. Oh, still need to readjust it a bit more. And if this is your first episode, when we're building this university, the idea is that we're going to try to build it oh, come on. First, and then we're going to come back and detail it into the side of the mountain. So the idea is we're kind of taking themes from McGill University and trying to translate that into this game. Yeah, that kind of works. I think we might be able to move it over a bit. Yep, alright, so then we're going to come back with the hill. Let's go with this. And we'll slope it back in. Yeah, see, so we're at the hitbox now, so that's not good. And we'll come back with the smoothing tool. Yeah, see, I just don't like the fact that it kind of like shows the hitbox, so that's what I'm trying to avoid. And let's, whoa. Let's try to smooth that slope a bit. And then we'll need to take off these trees. Oop, wrong thing. And we'll delete those as well. Alright, pretty cool. So we got the bookstore in at least. And now we can look at seeing if we can get that these labs in, which would be really beneficial to have by the medical area, but you know, I think we just really need to wait until we get those tiles to actually continue the university anymore. But there are some things we can do to help kind of fill in the space of this town or of the university. We can get these math club buildings, which are really cool. And they do a lot for the university. Like, it kind of makes it feel like they're the original buildings from the university, and the city in the areas since grown up into becoming a much more larger university. Plus they add a lot to an area. Yeah, so that's not good that that's happening. And then I also like building condos into the university areas. I think it kind of adds a bit of interesting look, especially when you're building a downtown university as well. So let's go with that. Right to there. Yeah, we can always take them out if we decide to change things up at a later date as well. Alright, so now that we have this, I think something that could help blend in this area as well is adding in a bit of commercial. So we'll see if that helps out at all. And then we can also get some commercial right through here. See if there's any other spots that could go for some commercial buildings. No, not right in front of the law school. That works right there. All right, well, we'll see what comes up with those buildings, but we were able to get a couple extra buildings in, and we definitely didn't get to the next level. We definitely need some more attractiveness to the school in order to draw more people, but we also need to add in residential as well in order to do so. So we can also look at adding in some housing down this way, but you know, originally when we were looking at this area, we were like saying that this would be a absolutely perfect spot for a non-dirty industry building, like printing press, for example. I mean, it does do 20 pollution, but I mean, this one does 25. That's a bit too big. Ooh, we got the shipyard. House factory, how much does that do? 20. So they all seem to do 20. That's interesting. 25, 30, 15. Clothing factory, but that's not exactly the thing I envision right there. But I don't mind the printing press. I think it's a bit different of a building, but I think it would be better to go just a bit farther outside of the city now at this point. So there are some things we should probably look at adding in to help transition the area a bit as well. Like, we don't have a hospital yet, and that is something we should definitely look at getting in the future as well. So if we are expanding this way, I think it's not a bad idea to have the hospital close. Yeah, you know what, I think this is probably a good idea. Like healthcare. Yeah, we don't have a hospital campus, so I think that's what we're going to do right in here. So this little area right here, hospital campus, and then we'll look at getting in some residential as well. So let's kind of smooth this area out a bit. All right, interesting. I think we're going to actually have to build it down this way. Is this actually a good idea? Because there's gonna be lots of traffic this way. I think it would probably be better to build it up here, right off of the main road. Yeah, okay. We'll come back on that because I have a bit of a list of things I need to do in the city, and that is one of them. But it doesn't mean we can't add in some other buildings as well. So why don't we look at some of these unique buildings to add in down here? So we do have some of these plazas, which could be good. Something like the disaster memorial could be interesting to have right down here. The clock tower as well could be cool, but I do like the clock tower idea at the university as well. But it's just a matter of where to put it. Ooh, actually it could be pretty nice right here. Let's see, so this is the main view of the university. This would be a perfect spot right here. So I know we just added this math club building in, but if we just move it over, I think we'll be able to, let's just grab all these buildings. And we'll just scooch them over. And we'll get this clock tower in right here. Yeah, very cool. Alright, so we'll just use move it. And we're just going to readjust it. We're going to say control height to that node. Or control H. Thank you. And then this one is going to need to be lowered a bit. Which in turn would mean that this node would need to be lowered. Alright, very cool. And then we can also look at readjusting some of these individual buildings as well. I actually kind of want to switch these buildings. So we're just going to use move it to do this. Yeah, this is going to look pretty nice. And then this one will scooch over as well. Yep, looks pretty good. I really like the look of the clock tower by the school. Done that in some of my cities before I started the channel and after. I think the last one was as well. But I think it adds a lot to the area as well. So, yeah. Let's continue our little build here, and we will look at adding in some residential out this way. So let's grab the next kind of road we want. So this one is a median. So let's not grab a median on this one, and we're going to go right from here. If we can. There we go. Actually, let's go from this point. There we go. Connect up. And we're going to need to readjust this, apparently. Let's go to segments. And we will just swing that out like this. There we go. All right, and then this will have to do a bit of this. All right, I think I'm going to need to readjust that like this, like so. And then this doesn't have to be a 2-lane road now, so we can go with this one. Ah, no, we lost the path. All right, let's turn collision off. All right, we'll just have to deal with losing those rocks for now. But yeah, that looks pretty good, doesn't it? I think we might need to readjust this a bit more. Yeah, cool. Okay, so now we have a bit of a plaza here. So we're just looking at getting in this disaster memorial. All right, so this fits almost perfectly. So let's place that down, and then we will readjust it. Yep, very nice. And then let's come through, and we'll do the same kind of thing. But, oh, come on, straight road. There we go. And I just want to switch this up a bit, so I'm going to pull this back and then connect up. There we go. And then I'm going to grab these two. Whoops. Grab these two, and we're going to just squish that in. All right. So, very cool, the building right there. And I think we can get rid of the median from this point on. And we'll go with a normal road, which will kind of go that way. Same thing with this. Perhaps we can switch it up a bit, and we'll do the medians on these two roads. So it kind of looks... Let's go with trees on this one. Yeah, very nice. Okay, so now we have that we have that in place. Let's look at getting in some condos. So we do have some space back in here that we could also get some condos in. But I think I want to save the waterfront for once we kind of get out over here. Because I don't want to build too much out over there and then have to delete it and stuff. So let's grab high density residential. And we'll zone all that in. And then we will also look at continuing the roads that we currently have over this way. So we are on the grid. All right. Whoa, this is really messing up the grid lines, isn't it? That's fine, so we'll just do that. And then I want residential all through here. And we will continue this one as well. This one's going to just dead end right here. And I think right here as well would be a good spot. All right, so this is not exactly the kind of buildings I want for this area. You know what? I think it'll be fine. It'll be a good differentiation between the two areas. So let's look at our districts though. Let's start a new one. Oh, this is a campus area. So this one's going to kind of just end right here. We'll go over this way as well, and we'll continue the waterfront right down through here. And then this one is gonna go over here and include all of this. All right. So the Brook District, I didn't come up with a name before this because I didn't realize I was going to really start building this. I didn't realize I was going to start building this district. So if you have a name for Brook District, let me know, and we can add it in as the name for this area. All right, and we'll bring this down that way as well. All right, so we will let this all zone in as high density residential. And then the next thing we need to do is look at, we need to make sure this connects up. There we go, and raise that up a bit. Then let's get some low density commercial right over here. We won't do anything with that point. And we'll get some more commercial zoning right here. Actually, I don't know. I think we'll leave that blank. Yeah, we'll get some extra big ones over there. Let's actually just delete those parts. All right, and then we need a bit of a road back there to kind of fuse together with the parking garage. So let's grab this small road. We'll take it out to there, and then we'll connect that in right like that, and then we'll delete this road. Okay, so with that in place, now we can zone in some more residential over here. So I just want to zone in all of that. All right, so hopefully that kind of gives us a bit of a boost over here, which would be great to see. And now we can look at rezoning some areas as well. So this area right over here was supposed to be the end of the downtown, but it has since grown up because of the university being built. It just makes sense. So we're going to need to rezone some of these lands. So we're going to take the filler tool. We're going to undo some of these zonings, and we're just going to come back in and fill it back up. So, yeah, the thing is, I just don't think low density is conducive to this area, so anymore. It was at the time, but we needed to come back and rezone this. Just make sure we got everything. Yeah, looks like it. Now, I don't know necessarily that we need to continue it over here, but definitely in those areas needed to be changed. I think maybe right here we'll change this whole block, but we'll kind of leave some of it because we want it to seem like it's just being gentrified. Yeah, I think we'll take out these ones as well. And we'll take this one out. So, you know, just mixing it up a bit so it kind of looks like it's a zone in transition. Alright, so we'll come back to that at a later date. And yeah, you know what, we did a lot. We fixed up this area a bit, rezoned some areas, some space as well. Maybe let's get a small office building right here. Might help out with the space a bit. But yeah, I think this it looks a bit nice. Let's get maybe some trees in here to fill in this space right here. So we'll just kind of come in and add in some pines. All right. Could also add in some trees on this plaza that we built. Yeah, very cool. All right. So this is gonna be a really big area to live in because you could really travel anywhere in the city really fast, right? Last thing I want to do before the episode is over is I was planning on building some stuff out this way, but I really just want to add in a connection. This area is backing up a lot, and a lot of it has to do with cars having to take the roundabout for 2 exits, an exit on the third, coming from this way and wanting to get into this industrial area. So what I want to do is right here build in a gridded connection to the industrial core, and unfortunately it's going to require like a dedicated left turn lane, which would be a little bit difficult to do in real life. So we're just going to continue the grid of this industrial quarter, and we're just going to bring it right out to here, and I think this might be the best spot for it then. It's on a bit of a hill. So the idea is that this whole area is going to need to get rezoned, and this is going to have to be... Ah, darn. Yeah, okay, so it's going to have to be here, isn't it? Yeah, this is going to work. So we have a dedicated straight and right, and then this left turn lane is going to have to be here. And what we're going to do with it is we're just going to take this 1-lane road, go this way, and we're going to have to connect up like that. So I think what we're going to need to do first is actually extend this road a bit farther. And perhaps we connect it up here. All right, so let's just get this all zoned in properly. So what we're going to do is perfect dedicated left turn lane, and then right here we don't want any turn lanes. So what I'm going to actually do is use this. Oh no, this tool. I'm going to say Control S, but this one I'm going to actually we're going to have to do this manually. So we're going to go straight, and this one is a left. I confuse everyone for a second. This one is the left and straight, like so. This is a dedicated turn lane. So it kind of works. And we're going to need to come back through here. Oh, and then this one is for both. So we're going to have to come back through here with our yield sign. And this is going to yield. And we're backing up traffic now because everyone's confused. Oh, I guess this doesn't have to be just a one-way. Because this can also help people leave the area as well. So it can be a dedicated right, and if you want to go left, you'll just have to go over that way, right? So we can switch this up, like so. And let's come back to... am I screwing things up a bit? A little bit. But let's come back and fix this up again. So left only, or right only, left only. Yeah, now this should help with some traffic. I think this is going to work. Let's just pick up the speed limit here, back to 100. So it continues on from that previous one. And then we'll make this one a bit faster as well. Here we go. So hopefully we're going to be able to steal some of the traffic away from this roundabout with that. Yeah, and you know what? It kind of works. I think I got the angle right on it as well. Let's say no crosswalk on that side. And yeah, we can go through. And then I also don't want a crosswalk over here. And go through. Alright, people shouldn't really have to use the crosswalk here, but it seems like they are. Which probably means we need a dedicated crosswalk here, don't we? So that's something to fix at a later date, but I just really wanted to look at helping this traffic out because it's a bit of mayhem here, isn't it? And I think a dedicated right lane here would also help. So we will do that and then we'll end it for the day. And we're going to go from here. We're just going to connect up just like that. All right, so let's unzone this or dezone that. And let's look at doing this. So we're going to add a right turn lane. And then we're going to... Oh, come on. Doesn't like it. Okay, well, too bad. And then I think we're going to have to do the median road here as well. So let's grab this one. And upgrade. Perfect. Okay, well, I think we're gonna have to do this time. So we're gonna do a turn here, and then straight, and straight. Okay, so hopefully cars are able to use that now, and we will also use the node controller here to spread out the junction. And also move it to do this. Okay, and then we just need to fix this junction as well. And this is going to be a straight and a right. And this should only be a left turn lane. Okay, and we're also going to need to set up a yield. There we go. And we're also going to need to bump the speed limit up on this road a lot to encourage people to use it. And I think this should be 100 as well. There we go. It seems people are using it. And there's still... Some of these cars are still using it to turn that way. So that's a bit unfortunate. I think this just needs to be a bit of a bigger roundabout, to be honest. So we will look at fixing that at a later date, I guess. and we'll come back to it, I guess, even though I'm kind of doing it right now. So we will see what needs to be done. I was trying to avoid using these slip lanes again, but sometimes you just can't avoid it seems like, right? So that's fine, I guess. And as long as people are using it, it's taking some traffic away from this, and it's allowing these cars to be able to turn the direction they need to go. Otherwise, we're going to need to do a larger change to this area. But without further ado, guys, took up way too much of your time. I hope you have a great day, and let's take an end shot right here for our screenshot right here. So anyways, have a great day, everyone. Talk to you soon. Peace out.